conspiracy theorists. What if Martin had Twitter and all that civil rights talk, man? I wouldn't want to hear it. His integration been disintegrating. Better off in our own ghettos with our own situation. His last speech got him assassinated. Black business was booming, but wasn't just a consumer. Controlling our narrative, we have more marriages. And see what the damage did. They ain't that bad a bitch. And welfare did it's way worse than the slavery. I'll never be an agent, I don't care what they paying me. Seem like Nip had the same old story. If we pay a black hater, tell a different allegory. Like Pearl Harbor and 9/11 was a mystery. Supremacy is to the extent to keep their history alive. All I'm saying, if these leaders was alive, who'd be on the internet trying to divide? Use a hotel hustler, trying to feed people of that low vibe structure. Agree to disagree, and we ain't gotta tear our own down. Argue in silence, or forever be our own downfall. All I wanna say is that we're giving it away. So lame for sale, and the devil is a fake. Argue in silence, but don't let it steal our faith. Fight behind doors, but don't ever show our face. Cause if Martin had Twitter, Malcolm had Twitter. It'd be our own people do the trolling. Spewing ignorance to do the scolding. Where we going? Cause if Martin had Twitter, and Malcolm had Twitter, it'd be our own people do the trolling. Spewing ignorance to do the scolding. Where we going?
Yo, how would modern day X mix with modern day tech on Black Twitter? Where him and Martin say less, getting dished on in comments after going live, sowing lies about him. Why he trying to say black lies, trying to heal us when he didn't heal, so they don't feel him. 140 characters of hate trying to kill him. Why's a message from a dead person resonate more? Gotta use the technology just to separate more red. Weaponizing all our insecure thoughts, propaganda, money in the light from the pure source. Will Marcus Garvey be allowed to demonize too? Character assassination is a legalized tool. You think you're being smart, you're getting penalized too. Mass media scheming just to gentrify truth. And the corners in the pudding, we identify who be doing the dividing. Then I take it back to my roots.
All I wanna say is that we're giving it away. So lame for sale, and the devil is a fake. Argue in silence, but don't let it steal our fate. Fight behind doors, but don't ever show our face. Cause if Martin had Twitter, Malcolm had Twitter, it'd be our own people do the trolling. Spewing ignorance and do the scolding. Where we going? Cause if Martin had Twitter, and Malcolm had Twitter, it'd be our own people do the trolling. Spewing ignorance and do the scolding. Where we going? Cause if Martin had Twitter, Malcolm had Twitter.
Hey, shut the hell up, you black son bitch. What's wrong with y'all? Thank God for the white man living in mercy, Martin Luther King. Cause if it was up to me, I'd unleash the hound and turn y'all niggas into puppet child. I was happy at the back of the bus.
Focus. It was good. Snapzilla Gorilla in the van. Started my day. Man. You know, it's Monday, October, whatever, 2019. Listen, man. This Amber Guyger shit got people exposing their idiocy. I'll tell you what. Well, let me not say idiocy. Let me not say that. I'm gonna say that. Hold on. Oh shit. What the fuck? Oh, man. Hold on. Ooh. All right. Okay. Well, it looks like I can't flip the screen right now for some reason. Anyway, so yeah, this Amber Guyger shit got people showing their ass and exposing themselves who they really are. Let me not say showing their ass, man. Let me ease up on all that. Look, point blank period. Amber Guyger set out to murder both of them, John. All right, that's what she said. That's what she told the court. That it was her intent to kill that man. That's why it's murder. Okay, she murdered him because while she was off duty, with her piece, she shot a man who was chilling in his own apartment. All right. Never mind all the other shit surrounding that, where it's speculated that she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly what room she was going to. She knew exactly who she was shooting. Never mind that, right? Never mind that. The fact of the matter is, she shot that man dead center mass in the chest with the intent to kill. That's what she said. It did not occur to her to notice, hey, you know, somebody's in my apartment. Let me back on out of here. Let me get to a safe distance and call for backup. Now, granted, if that had happened, it probably would have been 4 or 5 more cops shooting his ass and shooting him to death. Or what also could have happened is she backs away, she calms her ass down, thinks about the situation, and says, hey, you know what? This ain't even my floor. I'm tripping. Let me go down to my floor. Let me go down to my floor and take my murderous ass back in the house. But no, we don't think about that shit. We don't think about the common sense behind it all. There are people out there who says, oh, well, you know, it was an accident. Oh, 10 years sounds about right. That was a good sentence. And I'm just going to come out and say it. Your boy, Anthony Brian Logan, man. I'm convinced that he is firmly ensconced in his cognitive dissonance to this point. It's like it's like he didn't even watch any of the trial. Like, were you paying attention, homie, to what happened in this trial? Or are you just looking at the headlines or reading a couple articles and saying, oh, you know what? She's a cop. She was tired. She thought she was going to her house. She didn't. She shot somebody. That's how you looking at it? Or are you looking at everything involved in the case? Are you looking at the fact that the neighbor, who was murdered, by the way, the neighbor said he heard none of those commands that she said she shot it out. She didn't identify herself. She didn't say anything. Both of them, John said something, but the neighbor didn't hear jack shit. Are we going to forget about that aspect, that she lied? So either she lied or he lied. And I tend to believe the murdered one, the one that died shortly after the trial was over, is telling the truth. I'm calling her a liar. I believe she's lying. No damn way any of that happened the way she said it did. Okay? So, are we forgetting that? What about the text messages? What about the racially charged text messages? What about those? What about her talking about she's ready to kill somebody? Or, you know, has anybody looked at the text messages that she has sent to people about killing people, about being racist? You know what I'm saying? Basically admitting in the text message that she was racist. Are we looking at that? Nah, we just want to say, oh, it was an accident. Oh, she accidentally drew her gun. She accidentally leveled it on somebody's chest. And she accidentally pulled the trigger. Get the fuck out of here. That was no accident. That was very intentional. She said it as much as herself. It's part of her training. And this is where the problem comes in. And cats like Anthony Brian Logan will want to say, oh, well, you know, it didn't happen to us. It didn't happen to our family member. So we really don't have anything to say about it. And I call bullshit on that too. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's not just about what she did to him. It's not. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. It speaks to a culture where the police are the supreme commanders, the supreme overseers over the streets. Okay, you got the masters, right? You got the supreme master. You got the overseers. The police are tyrannical overseers who push their weight around, who extort people, who pull people over because they have fucking air conditioner trees or air whatever the fuck, air freshener trees hanging from their damn mirror. And then we want to, oh, you're shaking. I, you know what I'm saying? I just watched the video. Shout out to High Impact Flicks for putting this video out, where this dude, what's his name? I want to get his name right, and I want y'all to be able to go to his channel too. There's one dude named Lincoln Cooper or something. Damn, you know what? Let me get their name right, man. I ain't about to be disrespectful. Shout out to these brothers. Shout out to Brian from High Impact Flicks for staying freedom loving. You know what I'm saying? You know, I hadn't agreed with him a couple times on certain things months ago. I understand that he is a true freedom lover. But when you get people like Anthony Brian Logan, who's African American, by the way, who puts himself out there, who calls himself speaking for black people, right? Trying to recruit black folks to the Republican Party, as if Republicans give any more of a fuck about us than Democrats do. I'm gonna tell you right here now, that's not true. They don't. But what they do care about is creating the illusion of choice. There is no choice. You get no choices unless you stand up. So anyway, he sits up here and then calls out Christians who say that they don't want to forgive Amber Guyger. Oh, what about forgiveness? What about this, that, and the third? What about being forgiven? Well, you know, if you're going to call out religious shit, then why not call out how God is a vengeful God? This, that, and the third. You know, of course, people are going to pick and choose what they want to pull from the Bible, what they want to pull from religious texts and meanings and whatnot, and use it for their argument, to use it to bolster their argument. Okay, I understand that. Everybody does it. I've done it. You've done it. Everybody does it. But to sit up here and say that broad shot Botham James on accident, what you're doing is you're sending a message that it's okay for cops to be tired and kill people because they're cops. Oh, well, you were trained to kill? Oh, okay, well, that's fine. You know, we'll say it's murder, but we'll give you 10 years, even though we can give you 99. Is complete and utter bullshit. Anybody that thinks that Amber Guyger accidentally shot Botham James has very little to no sense. And I'm going to tell you why, because she said it. I'm going to keep calling to that because that's what it is. And that was a clear message. Look, these people that they give these badges and costumes to, they're trained killers. They're trained to kill. You know? And then I was just listening to Doggy Diamonds for a hot minute to see what he had to say about Amber Guyger. And he had some cats on his show. One of them said something about, said something about how Amber could have shot somebody in the leg, or shot him in the leg, or did something, or not killed him. And then Doggy Diamond's like, no. They're trained to kill. That's what they're trained to do. Like, dismissing the whole idea that Botham James' life could have been saved because, oh, they're trained to shoot in the chest and above. No, motherfucker. Don't shoot him in the leg. Call out to him. Look, I'm a cop. What are you doing here? Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You don't just shoot somebody because, you think they're in your house. No, you give them the opportunity to give themselves up. But see, this is the thing. Cops are trained to kill. So that means that it's okay for every hostile encounter, or what they perceive to be a hostile encounter. This is the message we're sending with this Amber Guyger trial. And everybody caping for it, including the brother of Botham James, who let religion cloud his judgment. Whatever. He can forgive whoever he wants to forgive. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not one to say who can and can't forgive anything. But I will say this. We're sending a message that it's okay for cops to kill people on duty and off duty because they're trained to shoot center mass. That's the message that we're sending. That's the message we're sending. Huh? That's the message. Oh, you hit somebody with your car? You're drunk? Oh, no, well, you're a cop, so you're trained to run people over. What the fuck are we telling people here? What are we saying? If you're a cop, you can kill at will, and you might get a few years in prison if you're found guilty, which would be very rare. There was a female cop, I've got her name, but this was a big story, who killed a guy, just shot him. She had stopped his truck or whatever on the middle of the highway and shot the dude. You know what I'm saying? And just, she didn't even get indicted. Or, you know what I'm saying? She got charged, but she didn't get indicted. Because they can do what the fuck they want. They can kill whoever they want to kill. That's what I'm getting. And then you have people like Anthony Brown Logan. Oh, black people, come join the Republican Party. Oh, yeah, come on over here. Yeah, we love you. Oh, yeah, we got love for you. These Democrats don't love you, but we sure gonna love you. But there's a caveat. If you come on over here, you gotta love the cops, no matter what they do. You gotta cape for them, no matter what they say, no matter what they do. I don't give a hot fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. Bullshit. Now, so, some people just don't have it. Some people just ain't gonna do it. And I firmly believe that Anthony Brown Logan is completely ensconced in his cognitive dissonance, in his statism. He's a statist. Straight up and down, he's a cop lover. Cops can do no wrong. Unless it's a black cop who shoots a white lady or something like that. Maybe then he'll change his tune. I wonder how he feels about that dude out there in Minnesota, that cop, that Somalian cop that killed that white lady that he was afraid of, that he feared for his life and shot. I wonder how he feels about that. He probably talked about it. I don't know. But 9 times out of 10, I believe that he's going to go against the black cop who shot the white lady. And then he's going to sensational. And then he's going to bring up how, we're all up in arms when a white cop shoots a black. You know how you cats do. Sometimes people ain't going to change. They're firmly ensconced in their cognitive dissonance. They're firmly ensconced in their delusions of freedom. And that's how they stay that way. As long as they believe they're free when they're not, hey, whatever works for them, But come on with this bullshit, y'all. Come on with this bullshit. Amber Guyger is a trained police officer who has to follow certain protocols as a police officer. And then there's a reason she has to carry that firearm everywhere she goes, because she's always technically on duty. So there should be a certain level of standards. The standards of police officers should follow when they're out there living in the world should be much higher than a citizen, because we're giving you the honor, right? Let's look at it this way. We're giving you the honor and the responsibility, and we're giving you the trust. We're giving you a huge amount of power. These police officers have a huge amount of power. Once they violate, they should be facing harsher punishments, not lesser punishments, right? If we're going to allow them to rule over us like they do, we're going to allow them to be our overseers, then they should be held at a higher standard. But they're not. They're held at a lot lower standard. They can kill, they can steal, they can lie, they can run stop signs, they can run red lights, they can text and drive, they can drink and drive, they can beat their women. 40% of the domestic abusers out there are police officers. But they want to implement red flag laws that will strip civilian domestic abusers of any right to keep and bear arms of any kind, which is right and just. So that means that the cops should be held at that standard or even greater. If a cop gets caught being a domestic abuser, they should lose their job. They should go to jail, and they should face a harsher punishment than a citizen that does that. Because now you are what you call a hypocrite. You're wearing that badge and that costume, and you're arresting domestic abusers yourself. You're placing them under arrest. You're keeping them away from their family. But you can go home and beat your wife. And if you get caught, you get a suspension, you get administrative paid leave, and then you come back to work? No, it should not work like that. See, we need to flip our perception of what standards cops should be held at. Once they violate the laws that they are trying to enforce, they should face harsher punishment, because they are wielding power that no man should be able to wield over other men. No man should be able to wield any power over you. And if you allow people to wield power over you, that's your fault. But now what we have is a so-called democracy, where the 51% dictates who rules over the 49%. What kind of backward world we living in? So we exalt these people. We put these people in higher places. We put them above us. And when they do shit, when they violate the laws that they are trying to enforce and place and dictate upon us, they get a slap on the wrist. Nothing happens to them. You know? Nothing that should happen to them happens to them. Well, I tell you what, if a cop can't face harsher punishments for violating their own laws than we do, then I don't want no motherfucking cop anywhere in my area patrolling I don't want no cops. Cops are unnecessary. You can police your own neighborhoods. You can police your own villages. As a matter of fact, I'd say that cops make shit worse. Cops make things worse. Unless you're in a small town, you're a small town sheriff, everybody knows you, you're family with everybody, you know, and they trust you with that and you don't abuse it. There are towns like that where sheriffs don't abuse their power. And they are elected. The sheriffs are elected. We don't elect the police chiefs. No, wait. Yeah, we do. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm getting at. Once the police force gets big enough, you can't. The people that's paying their fucking salary. What can they do? Anyway, I gotta get off here, y'all. I ran it way too long. Y'all know what I'm getting at. Peace out.